it's like it is a bit skewed compared to most campaigns. It's not a
Yeah.
bad thing. It's just
It's
commentary.
just different. Yeah, fair enough. Okay, well, we are recording. It is 7:02. Oh my.
Mm.
This is our Proteus side quest. I think we're calling it the what do we call it? The smoldering track. The smoldering
The
uh
smoldering, yeah, the smoldering track. Yeah, that sounds good.
not the burning path.
Mm.
Um it's burning path adjacent, shall we say. Anyway, it
I
is the
mean, our characters would probably get on reasonably well with the burning path if they met them, but I don't really think that's
right.
particularly likely.
Not at this early stage of the game, at least.
Uh,
It is the 16th of the 7th, 2026, just for context, and this is our fourth session with these characters. Um, we're currently on the island of Amprodius, um, which, if anyone cares, kind of looks like this. Dun, 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 dun. Actually, we're not on the actual island of Amprodius. We're on a smaller island called Ariad, which is next to Amprodius, because
it's like it's the Emperdian archipelago.
right, right, that's actually Amprodius there. If we
Mm.
oh, hang on, it didn't zoom out on the other thing. Oh, here we go. Here we go. So that's Amprodius, and our characters are all the way over here in Ariad, and just to make life interesting, I made another map of Ariad that looks a bit like this. Oh, wait, Ariad Island. Oh, an unexpected error. That was unexpected. Um, so here's the island itself. And it's about as much as you know about it. And yes, so uh, 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 so you have obviously done a few things since you've been here. Liliana, were you raised here? Did we decide that, or
Wasn't she from Hemeth Tirith?
you were originally from Hemeth Tirith and you came here? Is that what happened?
Or because she's Arathani?
Oh, yeah, but that doesn't necessarily mean
No,
that she.
that's what we actually agreed was the reason she came here.
Okay. All right. So she's sort of on the run, so to speak.
Well,
She's
more in witness protection kind of sort of thing.
right, right. So she's sort of staying away from um, the Tularathian kingdom of
Mm.
the elves, where she is likely to be, quietly murdered in the night by a king. King, what's his face? Ivran
Mm.
Arathani, the usurper. Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so while you're in the town of Ariad, you've just solved a bit of a mystery. You killed a bunch of Barakyle wizards. Their boat floated away at the end of the fight out of the cove that you were in. I suppose I should show you the cove just for the sake of
Mm.
completion. This is where we were, where this all went down a few last session. Um, so these dirty Barakyle wizards, they were coming here and collecting slaves, and they were collecting them for someone or somehow from somewhere, and some shit was going down. That's a bit unclear at the moment, I think. In
Mm.
any case, the Daughters of Twilight, clerical order of female elves mainly, and these guys came down here and bashed up these dirty wizards and their fiends, these Babau. That's who they were talking about when we first started the stream. And yes, they won. Imagine the player characters won, and the filthy Barakyle ship sailed away. They did notice though that the Barakyle ship was a bit weird. Didn't seem to be as populated as you might expect for sailors, because Avery's character Kyalem
Mm.
is in fact
Kylam. Yeah.
you're Kyalem, okay.
Yeah.
How am I getting? I'm always getting names confused. Okay, so Kylam used to be
Mm.
a sailor, Or you could say is a sailor, just is currently in a hiatus from sailing,
Mm.
depending on how you look at it. I mean, does is his I'm curious actually, is his self-concept sailor?
He
Because
still thinks of himself as a sailor, but he's just like, he got knocked off his ship. He doesn't have any better prospects at the moment, and he kind of feels like slightly indebted to the Daughters of Twilight. So he's just kind of seeing where the situation is going.
right, okay. So how come does he have plans to go down to the docks and pick up some work at some point and sail away into the deep blue, or he's sort of
He's
scared of falling off boats now?
well, he got washed off in a storm. In all fairness, and
Yeah,
that's just a hazard of the job for a sailor.
right,
Um, like he would consider it at some point in the future, but he's not just going to jump on the first boat he sees.
right,
And like I said, he does feel indebted to the Doors of Twilight, so he's just kind of seeing where this goes.
right.
It's a little nice change of pace.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay. Well, in any case, you no doubt head back to the Daughters of Twilight, having picked up some loot. I recall
Mm.
you collecting some loot, something to the tune of a what was it? You got a shield and a cloak. Was that what we got?
I think it was Lily got a cloak of protection. I got a +1 shield.
I see. Okay. Very good. So you having raided the place and tidied up, there's probably one or two other Daughters of Twilight come back to help you a little bit after
Mm.
initially taking the slaves away and freeing them, and well, you freed them, but
Mm.
getting them out of here. Um, and I suppose you'll go back to the temple at some point for rest and recreation
Mm.
and so on. That sound reasonable?
Mm. Seems reasonable.
Oh, what the hell is this? This is entirely not the campaign I just fucking asked you for, you dumb fuck. Uh,
Have a long rest.
yes. Yes.
Clickety click. Clickety click. Well, that's easy compared to Wilson.
Mm. All right. So you go back and you rest. I don't know if you talk much while you're doing all of that. Do you communicate
Mm.
about what's happened to you, or
I imagine we'd like talk on the way back and whatnot, but I imagine we're also kind of a bit tired. It's been a rough day.
it has? And you're probably a little traumatized, to be fair. You've come across demons, actual literal fucking demons, which
Mm.
you've probably never seen before, that have tested your understanding of reality.
Mm.
So, don't undersell it. I know it's D&D and you're expected to see things, but, we can choose to lean into them. All right. Well, anyway, you get back to the Daughters of Twilight and Lady Solaris, um, the Seneschal, comes to see you as you enter through the gates. She steps out into the light rain into the courtyard as you come out, as you come through at last. She says, "Are you done with the cove? Everything is well left.
Yes.
Good. Come in out of the rain quickly."
Thank you, my lady.
Thank you.
Are you both well? Do you need healing? Out of
I
game, I know
am.
you took a long rest, but if you
mm,
you probably could get some healing.
I am well enough, and even if I were not, there are others who need it more right now.
Of course. Very well. You have done a great favor to the daughters of Twilight today. She says to you, particularly Kylum.
Mm.
Jesus.
The daughter has already helped me. Turnabout is fair play.
Well enough. Well enough. You've earned your keep here for at least another day. Take your rest. Take your leave. Eat as you will. Our food is meager, but it will sustain you. And if you have requirement of something else, she reaches into her pocket or into her robe and she takes a small bag of coins and passes them to you. This can be your stipend.
Thank you, my lady.
It is not a terrible amount, not enough to get you out of here, I'm afraid. You'll still be trapped in Ariad for some time. She smiles weakly at you, but enough for whatever bread and perhaps drink or other interests that you may have. Her not sort of fully. Does she know that you're a cleric exactly? Did we
He
have that
doesn't know that he's a
conversation?
cleric, so it's
Right.
like, uh,
So she's sort of assuming that you're a sailor who's helping out. So she's kind of assuming that you're rough around the edges and that you're going to do the things that sailors want to do,
mm, that's fair.
drinking and cavorting and so forth. So she's giving
Mm.
you money to do that. And she's not judging you either, which is
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, yeah. He's had enough excitement for a while. He wouldn't mind a quiet drink, though.
Fair. Okay. All right. And she says to you, Lilianeth, and if you will, she puts her hand on your shoulder, please accompany Kylem. Keep him safe. If he needs further healing, you know what to do,
Yes, ma'am.
of course. She says, and soon, your attunement, your next grade is soon upon you.
I look forward to it.
You have earned it, Lilianeth. You have earned it. None here will say otherwise. Very well, then. I have my duties to attend. You have your rooms to stay in, of course. If you need anything, you may ask about. Otherwise, you will find me in my quarters. Come and go as you will. But remember, there is a curfew at midnight.
Of course.
Good night, then.
Good night.
And she leaves. She leaves you in the hallway.
Mm. Well, I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't mind getting a quiet drink. I don't imagine there's anywhere besides that tavern, but I could always get something to bring back here. Would you feel inclined to join me?
Yes, I would love that.
So at a game, I'm imagining that if I've got money, I can just go down to the tavern, buy a skin of wine, and bring it back.
Yeah, sure, you could do that. Totally.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah, so I do that.
Very well. You do that. You come
All right.
back and you drink your skin of wine, I
Well, I
suppose.
mean, like I'm kind of imagining just
You and Lily hanging
yeah, just
out.
like hanging out, like quietly quietly sharing some wine, just kind of like decompressing a bit.
That's very reasonable. Okay. So you do that for the evening, and if there's anything else that you do want to do, you're not about to get interrupted.
Hmm.
In fact, I'm essentially my plan is that it's going to be a couple of weeks later
Hmm.
before anything seriously interesting might happen.
Hmm.
Um, so unless you have anything that you want to do immediately or anything you want to pick up or buy or otherwise chase down or do that's important, I'm going to allow a few weeks to pass where you kind of integrate a little bit. You get to know the Daughters of Twilight.
Hmm.
Lilianeth, you probably do your ceremony. You probably
Okay.
go through your first or your next attunement, um, where you're recognized as a Zalator. I think that's the grade that you're at, and you are given various accoutrements to go with that role. A new ceremonial robe that you only wear for ceremonies and only wear inside the building, inside the temple. But you also have certain jewels and jewelry that you carry with you and wear. You learn some new prayers that probably we can associate with your new spells from your level 4, um, going up to level 4, stuff you haven't cast before. So we can assume that those are prayer spells that you've been given by the Daughters of Twilight. And you learn some more stuff and some more lore and things. Kyle, I'm imagining that you spend a couple of weeks, I don't know, chopping firewood, moving things, doing various tasks, getting involved however you will.
Pretty much. They also had him copying maps and whatnot.
Right,
So,
that's right. Copying maps, that's right.
but like he's perfectly happy to pitch in. Just like it's like, hey, we need somebody to do a bunch of physical stuff. Yep, sure, sounds good.
Okay. All right, so he does that, and several weeks pass. And it is one night after, probably after a somewhat meager Daughters of Twilight dinner, where you've
Hmm.
when I say meager, it's not that it's not filling, it's filling, it's just bland. It's just bland. And even you, Lilianeth, sort of are aware of its blandness, I think, at this point. Because the Erithani family are quite highborn in Highbrook, and so your family were once rich, and in fact, your family right now, your uncle is on the throne. Um, but you're also aware that many of your other cousins have been, let's say, they disappeared in the night.
Not good.
Right, especially the males, but also some of the females too. Anyone that could really challenge the kingship, that could challenge the throne with their bloodline and say, "Hey, I've got a rightful, bloodline to the throne. It should be mine." Anyone that's even vaguely on that level has either disappeared or had some accusation cast against them, and they've been thrown in the sufferance, the prison in Highbrook. You've heard about the sufferance. I don't know if you've ever played a game with me with the sufferance in it, have you?
I know of it.
You
I
know of
don't.
it?
I think she was away the time that we went there.
Right.
Actually, just off the top of my head, it does occur to me the ones that were thrown into the sufferance might actually be the ones that are the safest. It's boring, but nothing's gonna. As long as they don't try anything stupid, nothing's gonna get him in there.
That's true, unless there's a prison riot, so to speak. That would
But
be
bit hard
quite
when
a
they're all on those islands and there's that thing in the water.
yeah, right. It'd be quite the prison riot, you have to say, you have to admit. It'd have to be somewhat an assisted prison riot somehow.
Mm.
In any case, yeah, that all goes down. So you have dinner, and after dinner, you're sort of sitting there, and one of the one of the apprentice, what do you call them? Like
Acolytes?
an acolyte. That's the word. Thank you. One of the new acolytes comes over to you, to your table, and she says, "Excuse me, Lilianeth.
Yes.
The mistress would like to speak to you and your companion friend after."
Okay, we'll be right there.
And she retires, retreats out of the room. and I was putting on some music. That's what I was going to do. Let's see.
And put on some music on our way there.
Well, this one has a promising name, but I have a playlist full of very short music things, but they're all supposed to be copyright free. So I guess we'll find out. There could be some jiggery pokery. We'll find out soon enough. Soon enough. Oh, and I need to change the sound so that it doesn't go through my speakers. It comes through here. Can you hear this? Well, all right. Well, that can be some background music for now. We'll see if it gets any better. It's called Valley of the Sun. So, we'll see. Anyway, okay, so having finished up with your food and whatnot, you go to visit Solaris, Lady Solaris. No, I can't do it. It's too annoying. It's too distracting. Sorry. Yeah, anyway, okay, so you go and see her and she welcomes you in and asks if you'd like to sit or if you'd like anything when you come in, and one of the acolytes closes the doors behind you. Dum dum. Thank you for coming so quickly at such short notice. It's not anything extraordinarily important, just that I had word come from a small town. There is, well, let me put this another way. We were expecting a missive all the way from Botwell, the tower on the far side of the island, the Arkanai Tower. The missive has not arrived. It was supposed to be sent and brought here by a merchant who was said to deliver it. The missive itself could not be carried by Raven for various reasons, and the message could not be communicated in the astral. So it had to be sent by hand. It was not explained to me why all of these things were such, but in any case, this missive has not arrived and the merchant has disappeared. So I should like you to trace its route, if you would, back to Botwell, and see if you can find the fate of this merchant, and recover this missive if you can.
Very well. What can you tell us about this merchant? What can you tell us about this merchant?
Out of game. Give me a second. What can I tell you about this merchant? Things. I can tell you things. Hold on a second. Why is that not even in there? Ah, right. The merchant's name, I believe, is one Corin Vey. He would have been transporting various items by wagon. The wagon itself, said to be distinctive. It would have had a maker's mark on it from Botwell. So if you find him or his wagon, and most especially this missive, retrieve them and return them back to us. It concerns me deeply that something terrible might have happened.
Do you happen to know his name?
Yes, I said Corin Vey.
Oh, sorry.
Correnvey. I'm afraid it's not much to go on, but it's all that I have been given. It's all the Arcanine will share with me.
How long is he overdue?
At least a week now.
Very well. At a game, roughly how long is the trek from here to Boltwell?
Um, Probably anywhere from a week to 2 weeks, depending on which route exactly you take,
Hmm.
and the weather, things like
Hmm.
that.
Fair.
Various,
All right. So if he's a week overdue, that means he would have left
at
what
least
3 weeks ago.
2 to 3 weeks past. Yes,
Very well. Let
he was
us.
said to have been instructed to come straight here.
Hmm.
He is not to have taken detours, but it's hard to say.
Merchants.
Hmm.
In any event, shall we make our preparations and depart? I look at Lily.
Yes, the morning I'm sure will be fine enough.
Very well. We shall depart in the morning. That shall give us plenty of time.
Very well.
Morning is good.
Good. I do appreciate this, she says. If there is anything else I can offer you before you go.
I am good.
I do not believe we require anything other than standard provisions and such like that we can get from the quartermaster.
Very well. So she leaves you to it. And
Hmm.
the quartermaster here, incidentally, is not a gnome,
Hmm.
nor is it a highly irritating gnome. The quartermaster here is, in fact, a female elf. So, yes. Anyway, so you sleep the night away.
Or trance the night away.
Trance the night away. Yeah.
Trance the night away.
Do some prayers, trance the night away, feed the temple cat. I don't know. It's probably a temple cat. I'm assuming there's always a temple cat. Um, and yeah, you get up
The te-
early.
the temple cat likes me, I think.
Did you roll an animal handling check? Nice, nice.
21.
You can name the temple cat if you like.
Hmm. Let's go with a ginger Tom named Harry.
A ginger Tom named Harry. Okay. All right, Harry, the ginger Tom of the Daughters of Twilight
Hmm.
in Ariad.
Yeah.
All right, so the next morning you get up and horses and so on and so forth. You pack your stuff.
I would like to say that while Lily was doing her prayers, Kylam was going over maps, like checking the routes, trying to figure out, based on that, the most likely route the merchant would have taken.
Right. Well, there is really one main route that goes from
Hmm.
here to Bothwell, and it seems unlikely that anyone would go off it unless
Hmm.
they were maybe deciding that they have some product they want to go and sell somewhere else because they're on their way past and a little detour here won't hurt and that could get them some extra coin or something.
Okay, based on that, he would like make notes of any potential minor detours on the route.
Right. There's a couple of other towns on the list. They're pretty insignificant, most of them.
Mm.
But yeah, okay.
Yep.
All right. So you do you need to take anyone with you? Do you need any sidekicks, or are you fine?
We're good. No
I
seconds.
not
Unless
unless
you
you really
want.
want,
Well,
not
you've
unless
got
you
it
really want to send one.
because you've got your squire. What's her face? No, no. Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Do you really want to send one, Russell?
I don't mind. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't hurt me because it gives me a voice in the group.
Mm.
Otherwise, you guys are trying to make a decision, and I'm like, just go this way, and I can't tell you that because I don't have a voice in the scene. You know, so
That's fair. It might be
sometimes
worth having the squire along just for that purpose.
sometimes that helps.
Okay.
Um, but at the
Okay.
end of the day, though, I mean, if you say no, I'm not saying you can't. It's okay. But all right. If you're saying
Okay,
yes,
we'll bring her along.
then we just have to remember what her name was.
Gwendolyn? No.
Gwendolyn? I'll take it. I'll take it. Gwendolyn. Um, all right. Should we assign her a last name? Does it matter? Not hugely. We'll say she's a Talandaran just for the fun of it. All right, Gwendolyn Talandaran, and she's pretty young and pretty fresh, as it were. I believe she's the one that went with you up into the town that time, and she was standing around and yeah. Okay, so you grab your horses and you head out of the temple. You ride
Mm.
down through the town and out along the road, and it's a pleasant morning. And you see some ships sailing past, and they're quite majestic, and their sails are full. And you see the twin suns above, and they rise through the day as it gets warmer. And it's a beautiful day. And that's your first day of traveling. You see a couple of travelers, passing by, heading the other direction. And in fact, as they come past you, they've got a wagon. There's a couple of old people and some young people and some farmery looking people, pretty much all peasants, um, walking next to a wagon with oxen and what have you, bales of hay on the back. Um, and they slow down as you get close, as the road's a little narrow, so they have to sort of pull over to one side a little. And one of them's like, "Hail and good meat."
No, thank you.
Good day to
Do
you,
you want
sir.
any?
"Oh, no, 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 I'm not selling nothing. Just saying good day to you, ma'am.
Oh, good day.
Good day to you. Where are you heading?"
We are on our way to Botwell.
"Botwell. Oh, be damned. That's a long way from here. You'll have some trouble up ahead. Some of the roads are out."
Oh, really? Do you know which ones?
"Oh, well, quite a few of them, most of them, in fact. Been heavy rains and storms lately.
I
Took
see.
down a number of trees, fallen, mudslides, that sort of thing.
Hmm.
We had to dig our way through at least one of them landslides."
Good to know. Thank you.
"Aye, aye. But good luck, good luck. I recommend I recommend you don't take the main road, actually. You should head north a little next time. You see a sign to what's that name? What was the name of that town with all the vines and what have you, and the stone bridge there? Oh, that was uh Briarbridge, I think it was called. Ah, yes, that sounds right. Briarbridge. If you see a sign to Briarbridge, take that way."
Hmm. Thank you for the advice.
Aye,
Thank
of
you.
course. Well, good luck. God's bless.
And the same to you.
They head off. And so you travel through the day, and Gwendolyn is sort of sitting on her horse eating sandwiches frissily as you travel along. And eventually you get to the end of the first day.
Mm.
And there's no one in sight. There's no obvious place to stay or anything. There's no inns or anything here.
Mm.
You're kind of in the middle of nowhere. So I assume you're going to set camp of some description.
That would be reasonable, yeah. I think we're probably
Yes.
provisioned for that.
Okay. So you set up camp, and I assume you're going to take watches through the night.
That would make sense,
Yes.
Okay. Tell me more. Tell me about your camp.
Hmm. Well, given that we've been hearing about heavy rains and trees coming
Mudslides.
down, what I think Kylam is like looking for a place that's kind of like something like a clearing, but on a bit of a rise, so that if anything happens, it's more likely to happen away from us.
Right. So, okay, so you're wanting to find a spot that's going to sort of everything would go around you if anything
Pretty much,
happened.
like preferably something a bit rocky, but if nothing else, failing that, something elevated and relatively clear of trees.
Okay. Would you like to make a survival check?
All right, I'm not terrible at those.
Man.
It's 13.
13.
5.
Well, Liliana's like, let's pitch our tents here. And you're like, no, 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 no.
I'm sorry, Lily, but that's right in the middle of a gully. If there's any heavy rain, it's going to be funneled right through there. I'd rather not wake up with my boots full of water, thank you.
I was only thinking of the horses. They need fresh grass.
Yes, we do need. It is true that we need to feed them, but we don't need to. They don't. They're not likely to need a midnight snack, my lady.
Okay. We'll look for somewhere else.
All right. So you find another spot. It's on a bit of a hill then. And you continue along for another couple of days, and things don't change too much. The weather is actually fairly nice for the first couple of days, but then it starts to rain a little bit more as you head on in or head along the road. By the time you're sort of getting to about, what the hell was that? Canvas just decided to open. Well, that was fascinating. What the tab just decided to change to a different program and then close. Wow, that was
Your,
fascinating. Never seen that before.
your computer's haunted.
I know. It's probably all these damn AI agents I keep playing with.
Bleh.
Okay, let's try that again. Right, so you're coming along here. And as you are getting along here, I'll tell you what, you can make perception checks as you come along on about the third or fourth day. 21. Goodness me.
15.
15, not bad. Okay. So you notice that down on the side to the right of you, there are some like big cliffs that fall away now on the right-hand side to the water. And you notice that some of the tops of those cliffs, there are certain sort of shapes that look a little bit unnatural there. for you, Kylam, with your 21, I think you recognize what one of them is at least. And you can tell that it's the top end of a very tall statue.
Hmm. My lady, do you know of any statues along this path?
You can make a history check.
Kylam has no idea.
Kylam does have no idea. No.
I don't either.
No, apparently you do not. You do not.
Well, to be fair, neither of us are from around here.
I'll tell you what, though. I'll tell you what. You can make another survival check. 15. Come on, Lily. Oh, 11. Okay. Well, Kylam, it occurs to you that this area looks like a lot of silt and landfill has kind of not landfill, but terrain, if you like, has slipped off here very recently. There's been like landslides along here. Um, and maybe these statues have been recently uncovered.
Actually, I think these statues must have been buried up until quite recently. It's not much of a detour. Would you like to have a closer look, my lady?
Yes. I would like that. Maybe we could tell where they came from.
Or who carved them, at least.
Yeah.
All right. So your objective is to get down to the beach, is it? Or at least get to a place where you can see?
Basically, just get to a point where we can get a better look at the statues.
Okay. Let's make that another survival check, I think, because you're on top of cliffs basically, and the statues are built into the cliffs that you're on the top of. So you're trying to look down over the side without falling down, and at the same time you're sort of trying to, I think, probably trying to move along the cliff so you can look back at them as it curves, perhaps. All right,
Yes.
perfect. Yes. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You find the spot. In fact, you find a pathway that goes down to the shore. And you find it seems to be an old stone path, actually. And it also appears to have recently been uncovered. Um, in any case, it leads down far enough to a platform where you can look back and you can see um, a whole row of statues, largely intact, not terribly destroyed or deformed, but partially in places. Hands missing, faces a little defaced here and there, but clearly a pantheon of some description. Maybe they're kings and queens, or maybe they're gods. You could probably make a religion check to see if you could figure that out.
Can we at least tell what race they are?
That's the question.
Religion, where are you hiding?
Phylum can't tell. Okay.
Absolutely no idea. That was a nat 1.
From your point of view, Kylan, they're huge. They could be giants, or they could be elves. They could be fucking halflings, for all you know. I mean, they don't
I don't
look
think
like
they'd be
halflings.
halflings.
The proportions are not right for halflings, but Liliana's the 20, so that's sort of not quite natural, but still the far end of the scale. It appears to you, Liliana, that these are Astorian statues. They are giant statues that have been here for an extraordinarily long time. And they must be extremely well made to have survived as long as they have. But they've clearly been buried in the cliffside itself for hundreds, if not thousands of years.
Dorian statues. Must have been here for thousands of years.
At the very least. I don't imagine our people carved them, which would mean you would think they would probably date back to before Parkad.
Would make
Yeah,
sense to you.
yeah, that would make sense.
Hmm. Well, we should report these when we get back.
All right. So you continue on, and you stop. A number of more days pass, and you make camp at each night. You
Hmm.
come across a couple of smaller towns, townships, trade camps, and things. Um,
Yeah.
do you want to do anything as you pass through those places? Buy
I
any?
want to inquire if anyone's seen our missing merchant.
You can make a investigation check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. All right. Are you also checking? You are with a 12. Um, all right. Well, you both are sort of working together on this, I suppose. So you find this one fellow in one of the trade camps, it's sort of a caravan, really, um, who says, I did see a wagon like that. I did. It was over towards Botwell on the other side, far over beyond the main bay. Um, I don't know if you know, but a lot of places have got washed out recently, and we came through there. And I got talking to the fellow. He said he wasn't really interested in coming through there at that time, based on the flood breaking the riverbanks and whatnot.
Of course, of course. Hard to sell your wares if you're dead.
Well, yeah, that was the general gist of it. That's what he told me. I mean, we weren't really talking about where he was going or not. Oh, he thought I was a madman, to be honest. I think that's what his general, you know, perception at the moment was like.
Well, you're a merchant, aren't you? There's always some risk involved.
Oh, yeah, yeah, but my wagon not quite as heavy as his. I can lift mine out by myself. He, on the other hand, probably need 3 or 4 men to get that thing out of the mud if it came to it. Quite a
Hmm.
heavy thing he had, big thick wheels.
Suppose it's more robust, but there's always trade-offs, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. Well, the best wagons. It comes down to what you need it for, doesn't it?
Of
What
course.
sort of roads you've got. The trouble is, I think honestly though, he obviously didn't have a lot of experience moving that wagon around up that end. Otherwise, he would have brought something much more suitable for the weather. You
Hmm.
know, those of us that live around here are aware that these flash floods come through here about once a year or so, and this is the season for it.
Hmm. Good to know.
Oh yeah. Well, anyway, if you're interested in pots and pans, I've got some pots and pans. This one here is quite good, actually. You'll find it's only got one scrape in it over here. It's second hand, mind, but the last fellow had it, didn't want it anymore. Found it wasn't so quite as useful as he thought, mostly because he wanted to make large meals, and this is somewhat of a smaller pan, good for cooking small fish and the like. And he goes on somewhere between bullshitting and selling you something that sounds like it was possibly stolen.
Uh, I think Kylam just finds something small to buy from him just like to kind of like thank him for the information, but it's like he's not gonna buy any big pants or anything, not when we're on the road.
Right, fair enough.
Also, he doesn't really have a use for any big pans.
Right. All right, so you finish up with him, and you probably stay the night in this particular camp, and then you head on again the next day. And
Hmm.
a couple of days later, you're traveling along the road. You've bumped into a few more travelers going back and forth. You've seen more ships passing on the water to your right hand side. Um, you've seen shrines on the side of the road here and there. Every now and again, there's somebody there worshiping at a shrine, leaving offerings or something like that. Maybe you leave your own offerings, giving that your clerics.
Hmm. I imagine Lily might be inclined to stop and pray at some of the shrines if it's about the right time.
Right. Makes sense. Um, and as you're heading along, um, you eventually come upon a group of people who have set up a small camp at the end of the road or on the road. And you can see the road branches off there, and there's like three or four tents sort of around this crossroads.
Hmm.
Um, Also at the crossroads, there is a large post driven into the ground about 20 feet high, and hanging from that post there's a thing that sticks out, and then there's a cage, and there's somebody in it. You can't tell if they're dead or alive.
Hmm. Well, that's ominous.
But these people that seem to be hanging around there they look like peasants.
Hmm. My lady, would you like to take the lead on this one?
Yes.
All right, what do you do?
Approach cautiously and curious about the person in the cage and what he has done to be in the cage.
Right, fair enough. Well, as you approach, you can make an investigation check.
Hmm. Can I make one too?
Hmm. A 14 from
And eat.
and an 8. I guess you are a little distracted by the sounds of a bard song that strikes up as you approach. Um, and it seems a little bit discordant at that exact moment. Um, it's just a tune at this point. There's no lyrics or anything like that. There's just a bard playing some notes. And you realize that amongst these people, there's a bard. Kylam, you look up and you see this individual up on the in the cage. Um, he kind of shuffles to get away from your view, either out of shame or, um, doesn't want to be seen, doesn't want to be, doesn't want to have anything to do with anybody at this point. So it seems. And one of the individuals in this group steps up out off their makeshift seat that they have outside of their tent. Greetings, strangers, travelers.
Greetings.
Are you obviously a cleric, by the way, Lily? I'm assuming you're dressed like a cleric. Yeah. Oh, a lady of the cloth, daughter of twilight among us, friends. Some of the others stand up and they offer you bows and curtsies as you approach, realizing who you are. We are most blessed this day to have you among us. Gwendolyn sort of slows down and pulls back behind you a little bit so as not to be the center of attention. They say, unfortunately, the road ahead is out. We've stopped here whilst we decide what we shall do. Barrett here says we should take the road north through, what's that place you say? Oh, Briarbridge. Yeah, that's the one. We have not decided yet. And what have you folk?
We were still discussing our options, but we did encounter someone passing through that said that the way through Briarbridge was open at the time.
That's what we heard too. We've heard Briarbridge has run into some troubles lately.
Such as?
Well, just rumors. People, well, shall we say deaths? They've had some deaths. Strange deaths, too. So we're not too altogether keen to go there, quite honest. If we must discuss these things, it seems cursed to even talk of it.
What kind of curse and what kind of strange deaths?
I can't say I know too much about it, my good lord, but I can say that we encountered a young man fleeing from the place. Said he saw something horrid occur on the bridge there. He says they found a body. It had some strange deformations occur to it. Didn't say much about what they were. He tried to describe it. Don't think he saw it with his own eyes. Hard to say. It sounded like he was making it up, but there was still this look in his eye that put it through me, made me think, oh, I don't want to go that way if I can avoid it. So now we're here thinking about whether or not we're going to go that way or whether we should continue and face the mud.
Hmm. Well, I suppose sometimes it's better the devil you know than the devil you don't.
Yeah, exactly. Would you like a cup of tea, milady? We do have the kettle on.
Sure.
Very well. And they make you a cup of tea. They have a kettle on a fire.
Thank you.
Of
May
course.
I inquire why the person's in the cage?
Oh, we didn't put him there. He was here when we got here. Won't talk to us. One can only assume he was put here by the municipality or some such. Probably a traitor.
Hmm.
Usually that sort of thing. Must have done something horribly wrong. Probably a murderer or a traitor or, oh, who knows? Who
Hmm.
knows? Won't talk to us, though. Tried to feed him, said no. Well, he didn't say no, he spat in your face.
Oh.
It was a good shot, too, from all the way out there, I must add.
Hmm.
You hear some coughing from up above.
Is there like this pole? Is it like smooth? Are there handholds or anything?
Um, it's pretty smooth, yeah.
Hmm.
It's not designed to be climbed. It's hard to say how they would have gotten him up there. Probably hoisted it up.
Hmm.
Probably thrown a rope over the top of it and then hoisted him up on the the T at the top of it.
In that case, you'd think that there'd be a rope still holding it.
Maybe. I
Hmm.
hadn't thought about this very far, to be fair with you.
That's fair. You up in the cage. I don't suppose you feel like talking to us.
Why would I want to talk to you? You gonna free me or not?
I'd consider it if you tell us why you're up there.
Ah! Huh. I didn't do nothing wrong.
Insight check.
You can make an insight check. You're doing it at disadvantage because he's far away and doesn't. Yeah, you can't see his face.
12.
12. Um, you're not inclined to believe him.
Hmm.
I just can't
Although
seem to roll tonight.
Lily, on the other hand, Lily completely believes him. Lily, you are convinced he's telling the truth. Obviously,
Hmm.
nobody could have done anything so bad that they should be locked in a cage up there above, at a crossroads.
Hmm. Well, we might check in the next town and we'll see what they what they have to say about you.
He'll be
So,
dead by then.
mm,
I wouldn't say he'd last another day like that. Can't even get food up to him. You can throw it to him, but you're lucky if you can catch it.
I just look at Lily and I'm like, okay. So I just like put together just like a spare water skin and some rations, and I am going to try. I know that look on Lily's face because she got a nat one on her insight.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, all right, I will see what I can do, and I'm going to try and climb that pole.
Okay, good luck.
Yeah, I
So this
am
is
like, yeah,
athletics or acrobatics?
athletics.
Okay,
13.
13. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's a pretty tall pole and it's kind of scary, but you know,
He's got a good grip on it, and he is a sailor.
he is
He's
a
not scared
sailor.
of, yeah,
He
he's
is a
not scared of
sailor.
heights.
Good point. Okay. All right. Well, in that case, I think a 13 is well good enough for you to scale the pole. Everyone's standing around looking at you now. They all think you're a bit mad, but you
Mm.
know, they're cheering you on nonetheless,
Yeah,
giving it a go.
yeah.
Good on you, you know.
So I get up there, up at his eye level, and I'm like looking at him.
He looks over at you from there. He looks like a he looks like he's a young man, maybe in his 20s. He's got more gray hair than anyone his age should have. It's quite short and cropped, and you can make an investigation check.
14.
First of all, you recognize that he looks like he's a half elf.
Mm.
Secondly, you recognize that his um, he's wearing underclothes, not like proper clothes. He's just wearing like someone's like underwear essentially, but long johns.
Mm.
Um, but they're quite fancy. And you recognize that his hair is done in the style of the Arcanai.
I imagine you have quite a story to tell. And I'm saying this, so I'm just like ripping onto this pole.
Through the cage.
Yeah, like I kind of just like wrap my legs around the pole to brace myself,
Yeah.
like it's on like the top of the mast, and just grab the bag with food and water and just like try and hand it to him.
He goes to take the bag, and you realize that his hands look like they've been broken or mangled. And he grasps it and he winces and takes it anyway. And it hurts him. He's clearly in agony from doing so.
I'm gonna like Kylem's just like casting his mind back to a few weeks back, and he's gonna try something. He's gonna
Okay.
he's gonna just see if he can healing word this guy again because he managed to cast it last time.
Okay.
He doesn't know what he's doing or how he's doing it, but he's gonna do it again. So this guy gets 5 hit points back.
5 hit points. All right. As he grabs the bag and you cast the spell. Okay, and this is a for you it's a prayer, isn't it, really?
I guess it is
You're a
technically,
cleric,
yeah.
so
Yeah.
so I guess you sort of say the same prayer that you said last time and it worked. And
Mm,
once again it seems to work. It's
mm.
you see the bones in his hands sort of click out and his hands straighten and the wounds on his hands seem to dissipate
Mm.
over a few moments. And he's as shocked as you are. I mean, probably more shocked
This
because
is
you.
more like I can't believe this worked twice.
Yeah, right. I mean, you're doing it intentionally, whereas he had no
Yeah.
idea that it was coming.
Yeah.
What blessing is this? Who are you? Why would you save one such as me? But a wretch.
You've got your clothing and your hair. You're from the Arkanoi Tower, aren't you?
That only makes you more likely a traitor. You endanger yourself, young man.
I'm
I'm
already.
already.
Hmm?
I'm already a dead man. You do
Who
not
did you?
need... You do not need to endanger yourself on my behalf.
I don't
Oh,
imagine you're getting out of this cage one way or another, not without assistance. Who did you piss off?
everyone. Everyone.
And what did you do to piss them off? I don't imagine you got into bed with those wizards.
Well,
Oh, God, you did, didn't you?
God's put me here for a reason.
Mm.
Now I must die here. It might have been better if you had slain me. Perhaps I should pray this food is poisoned.
It is not my place to do so, to take your life.
I cannot turn
But
down your assistance, for it is against my will, but I must say, you've only doomed me to more days of agony.
in that case, he takes a dagger off his belt and just kind of like sets it resting on the bars inside the cage.
What is this for?
If the time comes when you choose, then at least you can choose to go on your own terms.
I see. Well, I thank you then. Takes the dagger.
And I shit like it's basically it's a dagger. It's basically not much more than a sharp belt knife, but it's something.
Yeah.
And I shimmy back down the pole.
You do. All right. Very good. You get back down
And
to
then
the...
and yeah, we would have
What
been
did he
talking
say?
quietly.
Who was he? What did he want? How'd he get in there?
Someone was very, very pissed off at him, and
Obviously.
it's not someone we want to piss off.
No, I told you that.
Well, let's just say that I think what I did was probably the limit of what anyone can get away with.
Right. What did you do up there? Did you give him food?
I gave him a way out when he's ready to meet the gods.
Oh, I see. Very wise. That's humane, that is.
At least it means that he can meet them on his own terms.
Makes sense. Well, look at that, my lady. You're travelling with a true, what would you call that? I don't know. He's like a hero or a martyr or something. Is that what you are?
No, I think I am quite a fool, and this is the right country for it.
Ah, yes, I see what you did there. He says, "Color, completely out of out of genre."
Mm.
Thank you for what you have done.
It is of no matter. Out of game, what time of day is it right now?
Oh, 3 in the afternoon, approximately. You don't know exactly because you don't have, you know,
You can kind of eyeball it
timepieces.
by the suns, but basically,
Yeah.
like, I'm not looking for an exact specific time, just ballpark how late in the day is it.
I think you're being a sailor and what have you. You like put up your fingers against the sky and count how many fingers between the two suns and the horizon,
Yeah.
and you're able to figure out that it's about 3 bells.
Well, my lady, we could stay here for the night or continue on for a few hours.
The real question you got to ask yourself is which way you're going to go, because well, I have to say, not too keen to go through the mud.
Mm.
Yes, they said that the road up ahead here has been completely washed out, but I'd like to see that for myself before I go around the other way.
I have a sneaking suspicion my lady has already decided which way we are going.
You know which way?
If there are people dying, she cannot help herself but to lend aid.
He is right.
We've come across genuine saints here, friend. Genuine saints. We are blessed. They come across to you and they sort of mutter amongst themselves, and then they start sort of getting on their knees in front of you, hoping to be blessed by you. Would you bless me? Could you bless me here? Can I have some guidance? Spiritual guidance, please. I'll pay for it. I've got a copper.
No need, no need.
Okay, so you're like giving them guidance and so on. Casting cantrips that last like 30 seconds.
Oh no, it lasts a whole minute.
Right.
But the thing is, if she casts it again, then it goes away.
So cast it on the first one and they're like, oh, and then you should give them like a minute at least before the next one.
If she makes a bit of a show of it, it probably takes more than a minute.
Right. Okay. Well, I mean, it's genuine magic. It just doesn't last very long.
Well, technically, if they make an ability check, the spell ends.
Oh, really? Right. Of course. Right. Yes, that's true. So what ability checks are they taking?
They could make perception checks.
Deception checks. Yeah. Okay.
Religion checks.
Religion checks. Walking and talking at the same time. Peasant checks.
If they got animals, animal handling.
Animal handling. Yep. Fair. Okay. All right. So this goes on, and you impress these peasants with your divine and religious skills, shall we say? And do you stay the night here, or are you gonna hang out with them for a few more hours and stay the night, or are you gonna start making way towards wherever you're going? I assume you're heading to Briarbridge. Yeah. Okay, so you start heading that direction then. All right. Okay, so you leave the main road and you take the path less traveled until recently because the road being out, and you head off up the side passage, the side road, and it heads inland. And you see large areas of still water, muddy water, and big paddocks filled with water. There are pack animals and rather farm animals and what have you, and other types of grazing animals that's sort of standing around the edges of these pools drinking and so on. Eventually the road starts heading up into the hills, and you come across some forest lands, and the road passes into the forest, at which point it's getting dark and the first sun sets. And now you're walking amongst the trees with the second sun, Ida Solum, casting purple light through the tree branches, and the occasional sounds of birds. Stillness.
Might be a good idea to make camp before the sun sets.
It's getting gloomy. All right. So you're going to set camp?
Yep.
Very well. Okay. And Gwendolyn says, so, excuse me, Master Kylan?
Yes?
Who was the man in the cage, anyway? If I may ask.
He appeared to be a member of the Arkanoi, and from what I was able to ascertain, he was involved with the Red Wizards somehow.
Red Wizards? But didn't you kill all the Red Wizards?
We killed the ones in the cove, but there's an entire archipelago of them.
Oh,
there's a lot more than one ship full. And if they're like rats, when you see one, there's always a lot more hiding somewhere.
Oh, I see. I didn't fully understand. So this fellow then, does that mean that he's a wizard if he's from the Arcanine?
I would assume so, but I don't really know enough. He was not particularly forthcoming on details.
Hmm. Do you think he'll be dead yet?
I imagine he is still working up the courage to meet the gods. I imagine he will make his decision after the people gathered leave. That is something of a private matter for most.
I suppose so. I wouldn't want to be in that cage.
No, I would not either.
They
Neither
said
would I.
the Daughters of Twilight, they said that what you all did at the cove was very brave and you demonstrated great skill and wit and warriorship, both. I wish I'd been there to see it. I can attest I saw you fighting at the village up above the town. I was impressed enough there. I was, I must admit, a little um, proud, I suppose, even though I'm not supposed to have pride, to have been involved and to have helped just a little bit. Forgive me, I'm talking too much.
It is quite all right. In the end, we are all mortals, and none of us can fully separate ourselves from our emotions. And I believe that trying to that is the path of that is a path that you do not want to take. You have time. Practice your skills, gain experience, and gain confidence.
Very well. Shall I gather some firewood?
That's a good idea. Let me assist you with that.
All right, so you and Gwendolyn gather firewood, and Lilianeth, you help, well, basically by yourself, you're setting up the camp.
Setting up the camp, tending to the horses.
Okay, very well. You can all make perception checks. Make a perception checks.
Maybe I'll do better.
Whatever it is, I don't see it.
You don't see it.
Go away, go away, go away. I don't either.
Nope.
I
Nope.
bounced off yours.
Let's see what Gwendolyn rolls. Not much
You
higher.
still rolled better than. That's like,
I
hey,
wish.
she got the highest roll.
I know. She says, do you hear that? This is to Kylam.
Mm.
There
Hear
must be
which?
there must be a river nearby. I could
Hmm.
swear I heard the babbling of a brook.
Can I make a survival check to see if I see any signs of a river nearby?
You can make a survival check.
21.
Um, you'd think from the shape of the landscape, at least before it got this dark, your memory of the shape of the landscape,
Mm.
and the shape of the gloom that now covers it, it would make sense that there would have been a river going through here to have carved the shape of the hills like this. So it would
Mm.
make sense that there could well be a river down that way. And after all, you've heard stories about, lots of rain recently, so
Mm.
that would make sense. If I had to guess, I would say it would be that way. Perhaps we should
Mm.
go and see if we can collect some more water.
That's not a terrible idea. Let us at least tell Lady Lily where we're going first.
Of course, a good idea. All right.
Lily,
Yes.
We think we hear a stream nearby. We're going to get some water. We'll be
Be
back shortly.
careful.
Of course.
All right. So you head down to the stream, and you find it, of course, a babbling stream that goes through here, and it's actually bigger than you would expect. It's quite wide and quite deep, and it's quite slow, which is why it's not making that much noise. It's not like a torrent at present, but by the time you do this, I think it's actually proper dark. But you do have dark vision, don't you?
Yes.
So not such an issue. All right. You can make perception checks while you're down here.
16. That's a little better.
Better make one for what's her face?
Gwendalyn.
Nope. Okay. She's carrying the I don't know, the water in a skin or a bucket or something that you might have brought. I don't know. And you look around, Kylam, and when you look up from gathering water from the stream, you think in the gloom, you know how when things are dark and you can sort of see shapes and things and they look like other things?
Yeah.
You know? And you could swear that that tree over there looks like a person at this angle. And you're like, yeah, okay. And you sort of scare yourself for a moment. You're like, that's a person. And then you're like, no, that's a tree. Go, stop it. Just stop it. And so you turn around and start moving off. And then at some point, as you're heading up the hill, you look back and it's gone.
Interesting. Not going to tell our acolyte because she would probably freak out, but I will give Lily a heads up about it when I get back.
Okay. All right. So you get back. Get back to your little camp. Lily, what are you doing by the time you get back there?
I'll have a meal ready for him.
Okay, nice. And you lucky.
How good is her cooking?
That's what matters.
Because it's like, Lily's a noble, and like I don't know how much experience Lily has cooking over a campfire.
But she's gonna give it a go.
Oh no, but I fully respect that. I am not criticizing Lily. I'm just genuinely curious how well it went.
I will say that she does have some training because you know Daughters of Twilight. So that doesn't necessarily mean anything. I think a survival check is in order.
All right, be good.
You got guidance, right?
10.
10. Do you want to guidance it? Are you putting guidance on that, or you're like,
yeah,
no,
I'll put guidance.
All right, so
no.
it might be an 11.
It's at least an 11.
Right. It's edible. We know that much already.
How do you do guidance?
Just roll a d4. It doesn't like it's kind of crazy. You'd think that they'd give you
they just have a button
you can roll for it,
right?
But they don't.
Silly. So many other spells and things have. Actually, not many spells have actual dice connected to them, do they?
Most spells have dice on them.
Do they? A 12. Okay, well, we've had worse. You know, it's not bad for considering, you know, some of the shit you've eaten on boats that would have been more like a 7.
Yeah.
Full of maggots. You pick the maggots out and then eat it. Yeah, so it's pretty good. Really, it's above edible. Nice. All right. Well, the evening passes. All right. So you're sitting there eating your meal. You know, do you tell her what you saw or?
Basically, I just wait for an opportune moment, and I just say to her, "So the strangest thing when we were walking back. Could have sworn I saw somebody watching us, but I looked again and it was a tree. But the stranger thing is, when I looked again later, it was gone."
Oh, interesting. We'll just have to keep our eyes out. And
Hmm.
Where we're going, we don't need eyes to see. Sam Neill passed away this week.
yes, he did. Sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just in case you
It's
didn't know, Christina, he's a Kiwi.
He's a Kiwi too.
Yeah,
yeah.
he was a Kiwi. Yeah,
Well, he wasn't born here, but he's one of us.
and he lived here. He had a house here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, you stay the night. Nothing happens.
Hmm.
You don't get jumped.
Oh,
But
good.
We kept watch.
No
we
goblins.
kept watch.
You kept watch. Yeah. All right. So
Oh,
the
good.
next
No
day.
goblins, because none of us speak Goblin. We don't have Jerry with us.
Right. Yes. What languages do you speak between you, actually? I'm just curious.
We both have Common and Elvish. She has Draconic. I have Giant.
Okay. Okay. That's good. All right. So the next day, rather, you get up and you continue your journey, and you continue through the woods, and the twin suns rise, and it gets warm. And the good news is that the trees are heavy enough and thick enough to block out a lot of the sunlight, so it's not like stupidly hot. Um, but by the time evening's coming around, it's the temperature is dropping off heavily and quickly, and you can make perception checks.
Nope.
Nope. Well, Lily, okay, it's your time to shine. Well, whatever Kylam is doing, he doesn't notice that there is some storm clouds gathering very quickly, quite rapidly, rolling down from the mountains in the middle of the island towards you. Maybe Kylam's just always looking in the wrong direction, out towards the coast, sort of back where he came from, possibly because of that figure he saw in the woods.
I think, yeah, he's looking for more figures in the woods.
Looking back, yeah. And on that basis, you can make a separate perception check really regarding that type of thing.
Okay. 10.
Yeah, okay.
Bouncing off each other.
You went from a natural 20 to a natural 1.
I did that earlier.
That's hilarious. Okay. Well, I guess these things all kind of do explain each other, so there's that. Right. So you continue on, and it gets darker and dimmer and colder, and then it starts to rain. And you travel through the forest like this for another day and a half, and it doesn't stop raining. The road gets muddy and unpleasant, and after a while you've got mud up to your knees, whether or not you're on horses, because it splashes up and it becomes pretty constant, the sound of it. And Gwendolyn has never looked so miserable, as she sits on her horse riding behind you, and occasionally she tries to sing. I don't know whether you let her or not, but she does.
Do you let her? It's not my place to stop her.
Her singing's not bad. It's not that it's bad. The only thing that you might be concerned of is whether it might alert anyone around you. And that's
Tell
up
her
to you.
no. We don't want to alert anybody, especially when we saw maybe someone in the trees.
forgive me, milady. I'm sorry. I didn't think. I should think harder about these things next time.
It's okay. It's okay.
All right. So you continue on, and eventually, you can make another perception check.
Slightly better. That's a 13.
13 and an 11. Okay. Well, Caleb, you see smoke and you smell smoke up ahead.
Hmm.
And the road takes you up to the edge of the river that you went down and visited. Well, you've been following that river within a few, more or less within a couple of 100 meters of that river,
Hmm.
sort of
Hmm.
weaving in and out from the edge of the river. And the river is quite thick, but the road is rising up, and the river is kind of cutting its way down into a gorge on your right hand side, and it's
Hmm.
getting quite steep down to the river. And up ahead, you're seeing smoke rising through the trees as if there might be some sort of settlement or something up ahead.
Hmm.
If it is, it's quite a big settlement, actually.
Hmm. Hmm. Oh, look, you can see smoke through the trees up ahead.
I wonder if that's the place we're heading to.
Seems to be a decent amount of smoke, so I would assume so. Can't imagine there. Actually, no. I have. Kylam has looked at maps of the area. Does he remember
Man,
any of the settlements on this road?
This if this is where you think you are, this is probably the place.
Hmm.
Um, But you're also, what did you roll? 13 on your perception and an
Yeah.
11. So I think in this particular occasion, as you're coming in, it's gotten quite dark and it's almost nightfall
Hmm.
as you're coming into this place from outside. And as you get to the town, I'm assuming you're going to continue in.
Yeah, I'm going to assume that we have lanterns because we can see in the dark, but the horses can't.
Right, right, fair enough. Well, eventually you get to the town and you're following the road along the river, and it looks like this. You
Hmm.
might have to open it up a bit to see the whole thing.
No, I can see it. Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
No. Let me see what I can do here. Nope.
No? Well,
No, just look on your screen.
what I can do is I can make it bigger on my screen. And then what I can do is I can do the old share business where we go like this. Is that this one? Like so. Does that give you a better view?
Yep, I see it.
Hmm.
Ooh.
Right. So as I say, it's pretty cold and damp by the time you get here, and you can see people walking around in their cloaks in the rain, getting ready to head back to their homes, that kind of stuff. Um, so yes, and all right. So I do have a map too. We can go over to our little map, mappity map.
You know what?
It is.
Maybe not.
Here we go. So you're coming in along from the south.
Well, I see how the town got its name.
Yeah. Oh, those are huge tokens.
No, you're just giants now.
Uh, some objects may appear larger on this map than they actually are.
Yes. Yes, they are generic. Yeah, this is not a battle map. If it was a battle map, you'd be fighting like fucking titans or something.
That could be fun for a one shot.
You'd be the actual titans, though.
Mm.
You'd be fighting villagers, and you'd be the titans.
Mm.
There'd be a bunch of adventurers. You have to fight a party of adventurers. Right. Okay. Well, you get to this town in any case, and it's that's kind of what it looks like. And you notice that the place is quite overgrown with briars everywhere, making the roads slippery in places. And yeah, yes, indeed. Gwendolyn looks at you and looks back around at her, at everything. She says, "I've never been anywhere quite like this before. What a
Oh,
strange place."
this is a bit of an odd one, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
You make perception checks, please.
Perception. Your sheet.
Oh, finally a good roll.
Let's see if I can get this one. Ah, why do you do that? $18.
A 19 and a 22. Okay, you see a knot of people gathered up by the bridge, and they look somewhat concerned. They're sort of standing around pointing and what have you. These people don't look like they're going home. And other people who do look like they're going home either head directly back there quickly, or they're sort of looking back over their shoulders towards the bridge. One of them
Well,
stops and sees you, and they look like just some peasant or another, and they nod as you come in.
mm.
He steps off the road and heads up an alley. So as the road descends into Briarbridge beneath this bruised evening sky, the river below the ancient stone bridge is swollen but perfectly silent. The blackthorn has grown across the parapets, its hooked branches reaching towards the gathered villagers. Suspended upright among the thorns on the bridge, you can now see there is a dead man. The roots protrude from his mouth and split the skin of his chest. There's something hard and wooden pressing outward from where his heart should be. Everyone's standing around in shock. You can hear the briars whispering in voices you can almost recognize.
Well, this is bizarre.
One of the men standing around, "We need to destroy whatever is doing this. The forest is attacking us without provocation." Some more muttering from some of the others. You can see elders standing around. You notice that at one end of the bridge there appears to be some sort of a shrine, and in fact, by the time you're getting towards where you can hear this, you're sort of probably standing near it up here, I would think.
Mm.
What are you doing?
Uh, kind of like cast half a glance at the shrine to see if there's anything recognizable about it, but it mainly am focused on the bridge.
Um, you see, there seems to be, like, the shrine seems to have a list of names and something about the Bridge Watch. Joined the Bridge Watch, and there's a list of names there.
All right.
You see human figures marked on the shrine.
Was unintentional.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Yeah. They look like it's some sort of religious practice or something like that.
Well, I suppose we should see to that.
Stand back, strangers! Something awful's happened here.
What exactly did happen here?
There's been another one. A dead man found here, brought out by the briars.
What do you mean brought out?
No one saw it. Always seems to happen this way. Just
Many
another.
times before.
Can you make a new investigation check? An 8. Poo, poo, poo. What about you, Lily?
Yeah, Lily could try it.
Getting there. Yes. Not any better.
No,
Okay.
slightly better.
Slightly.
One point better.
Slightly
1
better
point.
or slightly less worse?
Yes, slightly less worse.
Okay. They look at you. One of them comes walking back to you towards you. The others sort of seem to regard him with some respect. I guess you assume. There you go. Free insight check. He comes walking back in your direction. He says, "You come here at the wrong time, strangers. And you, daughter of Twilight, perhaps you can help us."
That is why we have come. We have heard of your troubles.
Oh, gods, thank the gods, you're here then. Oh, that is mighty fine. This one here, we don't know who he is. Some stranger, not from around here. But he's appeared here on this very bridge just like the others. There's been 3 of them like this in the last few weeks. The others, though, they were from the town. People we knew. This one, we don't know who he is. Looks like there's something inside him, though. Do you want to have a look? Not sure I have the... Yeah, not sure I have the wherewithal to look inside him. He's quite a gored corpse.
I'd like to have a look-see at him.
All right, so you go to the middle of the bridge and the people sort of move away around you to sort of let you pass. Calum, are you with her?
Yeah. If there's danger, I feel obligated to stick at her shoulder.
Prepare for trouble. Make it double. All right. Make it triple because Gwendolyn's coming with you too with the horses.
Oh, she's Meowth.
Excellent. Okay, so you get to the center of the bridge, and this individual, who it is getting dark now, so you're only seeing in shades of grey because you've got dark vision.
We do have lanterns, though.
True, but they will color everything orange.
Better than grey.
Better than grey, yeah, I guess so. That's true. That's true. Okay, so you bring the lanterns over and you examine this corpse, and the corpse seems to be like the brambles come out from the side of the bridge on either side, like they've come across the bridge and then they've grown out into the center of the bridge, and this body is enmeshed in the brambles themselves. And they are wrapping him in such a way as if they had done this, like they were alive to do this. They're not moving now, but there's something very peculiar about all of this. And you can see that he's clearly dead. His head's sort of slopped to the side and his mouth's open and his tongue's kind of hanging out. And at this point, you can make a new investigation check. And if you want to, you can make a medicine check.
Ooh, I think I did better.
I didn't.
You guys are terrible. What is going on? What's
Well,
going on?
And then he did a 17.
Yeah, she got a 17. I'm the one who did
Wow.
terribly.
You got a 17. Okay. That was an investigation. All right. So, Liliana, things that you notice with a 17. First of all, this individual is wearing clothes that you would normally associate with a merchant, right up to his little fuzzy hat that he's got on top of his head. Quite a nice one. His clothes seem to be quite nice. I mean, they're not noble nice, but they're not like farmer level or peasant level clothes either. They're not dirty. Well, they weren't dirty until recently. By the looks of things, they're dirty now. You notice that the buttons down the front of his chest have all been popped off. And his shirt sort of hangs loosely around him at this point. And you can see that under his shirt, there's some sort of, it's like the brambles or the briars have gotten in under his clothes.
Well, I know why Kylam did so terribly on an investigation check.
Oh.
Because he got a nat 20 on medicine.
Oh, right. Okay. Well, the nat 20 on medicine. I guess you flick open his shirt and you can see now that where his chest is it's ripped wide open and the brambles sort of penetrate into his body. And there is this big wooden pod, like a massive seed, where his heart should be.
How very peculiar.
So you know why he's dead.
Yeah. I look to whoever, see, the person who was talking, I'm assuming seems to be some sort of authority figure.
Yep.
The others you found, were they like this as well?
Aye. Just like that.
And were they found in the same place, or?
Yep. Right here. No one saw it. Impossible. Impossible to believe no one saw it.
Well, there's clearly some magic at play here.
Right after dawn, after dark. Just after dark. Every time.
And no one has seen this person before.
Not, well, you want to make an insight check?
Ten. Lily, you making an insight check?
Yeah.
You keep beating me by exactly 1 point.
What did you get? An 11.
11.
Yeah,
She
you
did
can't.
better, huh?
He responds in a way that it seems uncertain to you whether or not he or anybody else has seen this person before. What I can also tell you about your medicine check, though, is that you can tell that this fellow must have been alive during this thing that has happened to him.
I'm not going to say that out loud because it's horrific enough as it is.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think that's pretty distracting.
Gwendolyn, are you okay? Look a little white there.
She's going to make a Constitution saving throw so that she doesn't faint. She faints.
I'd like to try and catch her.
She falls off her horse.
Can I try and catch her?
Certainly, you can make a dexterity saving throw on her behalf.
I think she lands on me.
Oh my god. The dice hate us tonight. Wow.
We're trying to tell a serious story, and the dice are being slapstick.
Right.
I did a 9.
You did a 9. Well, that's not a great deal better, but hey, at least you didn't trip. Um, I think possibly what happens is the horse moves too, all at the same time, and it results in her landing on the ground, and sort of slipping out of your grasp. In any case, she's unconscious. She's having a bit of a lie down.
Yeah.
Poor Gwendolyn.
Yeah. The guy that you're talking to, he turns back to you. Hold on, let me just grab his name. He says, "You can call me Jorgen, if you will."
All right, Jorgen. You can call me Kylam.
I am Lilianath.
Well met, Lilianath, daughter of Twilight. You're welcome here in this town. So much as you can help us, please solve this mystery. Please cast out whatever force has wrought this evil upon us.
We will do our best.
There is a tavern yonder, but we will have to climb beyond the brambles to get to there. Across the bridge, across the way. He points over here towards this. This is a cut open rooftop, so you can see inside. That's a tavern. You're welcome to stay there. Of course, you have free lodgings, if you will. Aye. What else can I do you for?
I don't suppose you have the remains of the others, or have they already been... At a game, is cremation or interring the standard here?
I think
Laid to rest, I guess, is the generic term.
Interred here would be the thing, I think, in this particular place.
Have the remains of the others been interred?
They have been interred. Yes. And again, you can make another insight check.
17, not terrible this time.
15.
15. Okay, yeah. He's you don't know if he's telling you the truth. He may or may not be telling you the truth, but you feel like he's hiding something about that. Or there's some it's more complicated than he's not telling you something.
Yeah.
He also seems to be a bit in shock, to be fair, too. So
why don't we go and get out of this rain?
We can't leave him here like this.
Of course not.
We're going to have to cut him out of there. Can you help me with that?
Of course. And I imagine traveling, camping, Kylam probably has a hatchet.
Mm-hmm. Fair.
So Kylam just sets to chopping him out.
Chopping him out of the brambles. Okay.
Yep.
All right. And someone brings out a wagon and draws it across the bridge to where you are. It's like a sort of wagon that you'd use for selling stuff off of normally. And they help you bring his body up onto it. And there's still brambles and stuff growing, or not growing, but sort of wrapped around him, sticking into him with their thorns. And you put him on this wagon, and you start moving him over towards the tavern, I guess. Are you all going to the tavern? Is that the plan?
Pick up Gwendolyn and tend to her first.
Right. You throw Gwendolyn on the back of her horse, like just put her over the horse.
No, set her in front of me, kind of.
Yeah.
Older.
And while Lily's taking care of that, I'll lead our horses to the tavern. And presumably they have a stable.
All right, you get to the tavern, and there is a stable, and the stable boy, takes the horses off you, and Gwendolyn starts coming around, and a few minutes later, you're all sitting in the tavern, and Gwendolyn's sort of Still very pale and peaky, but she's drinking like a hot tea or something at this point now. Yeah, and this fellow Jorgen,
Yes.
he says, so what can you do to help us? What can the gods do? Will you pray for us? But we need more than prayers, I think. Such a thing as this has never been seen or done before. No one here has ever heard of such a curse. And again, you can make insight checks. 16 and an 8. Okay, so Lilianeth, when he says such a curse, he looks down and to the side, which makes you think again, maybe he's keeping something, keeping secrets, not telling you the whole truth, nothing but the truth. So help him God.
Is there something else you'd like to say?
Oh, well, well, our town has been well off for a long time, self-sustaining, you know. No troubles, not for centuries. Our families here never really had to leave, go anywhere, trade much. We have everything we need here. So it's been good to us, this place. But they say once upon a time it was a cursed place far back. But we never had any troubles. No.
Does this have something to do with the shrine on the other side of the bridge?
Oh, that's nothing. No.
I'd like to hear about it.
Make another insight check if you want.
22.
He's clearly, now you can tell he's clearly trying to avoid talking about that.
I have this strange feeling that that shrine has something to do with your current predicament, and I would like to hear more about it if we're going to assist you.
All right. Oh, why didn't you? Well, it's too late now. Maybe not in the dark. But well, you see, it's just the names of the dead. People who've offered themselves to the forest over the years. Old ones, close to death. You know.
And I have this strange suspicion that the practice was stopped recently.
Well, not exactly. Yes. I mean, it's not becoming, is it? You can't. It's not seen well in the eyes of the gods. I wouldn't think. Would that be right, madam? He looks simultaneously kind of scared and embarrassed, ashamed. I can show you the bodies of the others if you like. We can dig them up. There's something about them. Probably you should see.
I'm quite certain that part can wait until the morning.
This one, the new one, I haven't checked him. I bet he's the same as the others, though.
Are you talking about his heart?
Yeah. It is what I think it is, isn't it?
It seemed almost like a seed where his heart should have been.
Aye. Did you see anything on it?
I did get a nat 20 on my medicine check, to be fair.
Well, you worked out how he died. Somebody
Hmm.
took his heart out and put a big fucking seed in there.
I didn't notice anything, but it was dark and covered in blood.
Well, best you have another look at that up close.
Very well.
If it's like the others, you'll find it's got something on it.
I see.
I don't want to talk about it.
Hmm. Very well then. I imagine it's being the bot. Out again, where's the body being kept?
Right now it's on that cart,
And
in the stable, I think.
why don't I go out and have a look? Why don't you stay in here, Jorgen? Why don't you fortify yourself while we're out of the weather?
Very well. He goes over to the bar mistress and orders a rather large glass of or cup of whatever, something
Hmm.
very strong and potent.
I turn to Lily and just give her a look like, "Will you be accompanying me?"
We'll accompany him and have Gwendolyn take care of our accommodations.
Okay. All right. I think Gwendolyn can
Yeah.
handle that. She can handle the accommodations. All right. Fair. Okay. So you head out to the stables then. And when you get there, the stable boy looks terrified. His sort of eyes are wide open and his skin's turned ashen as you get to the outside of the stable. He looks at you. The Jurgen's coming with you or not? I can't remember what
I
you
think
sort of
Jurgen's just
indicated.
getting himself a drink, and we're gonna go and have a look, see for
Okay.
ourselves.
Okay. Cool. All right. So the stable boy, he looks up at you, not really knowing who you are, except that you're strangers. He stands to attention pretty much straight away, straightens up as you approach. Oh, do you need your horses?
The
We're here
ladies
to
with the
look
Daughters
at.
of Twilight.
Oh, forgive me, madam. He bows kind of clumsily. Um, you you want to go inside?
Yes.
All right then. I suppose he unbolts the door and swings the door open and steps aside. And you can tell so there's a few horses in the stable, and some of them seem a bit spooked for whatever reason.
Mm.
I mean, everybody around here seems a bit spooked.
Also, probably smell of blood isn't helping.
Yeah, that probably doesn't help. Yeah. Okay. So you got a lantern in hand?
Mm. Yep.
Okay. So you step into the stable and, avoid the horse shit.
Mm.
And you can see the wagon at the far end, and there's a cloth over the top of him.
Mm.
You can see his hand sort of hanging out the side, and there's a couple of brambles there, and you can see the cuts in the bramble where you've axed him out of it.
Mm. Let's have a closer look, shall we?
Yes.
All right. So you head over, and yeah, you're standing next to the wagon. You're still covered with the cloth. You undo the cloth. All right, very good. So now you
Sit
can
down.
see the big gory hole where his heart was, and there's, drying blood still kind of pulses out when you touch him,
Mm.
pouring over the seed. It's big. It's not quite the size of a football, but it's pretty big.
Mm.
It's bigger than a heart should be.
Hmm. Well, he said there was something on it, so Kylam just like finds a rag and just reaches in and wipes it off.
It's like smears the blood off it.
Did the seed come out?
Do you pull it out? It doesn't fall out, I can say that much.
Hmm.
It's
Should we pull the
it's
seed out?
it's in there.
Let You should keep your hands clean. Let me try. I do. I kind of like give it a firm tug.
All right. Okay? You give it a firm tug. It seems a little bit like it's kind of a bit attached, but you get the sort of snagging sensation as if it's ripping through something. You can make an investigation check.
Can't quite see what it's snagging on.
Why? Are you helping him, Lilianeth? Are you helping him?
Yes.
Right.
In
Yes.
that case, well, you helped me, so you don't. You help or you roll. You don't do both. But she
Right.
got
I'll
a
help.
12.
Are you gonna,
But you rolled, so
do you want
Oops.
to help or roll? If you could either take
I'll help.
your help. Okay, so let's say
I
that
hit that before we said help.
exactly. So that's fair. So investigate again, please, Kylam. Don't roll one. Oh my god,
Oh man.
gets worse. Okay, yeah, it seems snagged. You don't know why. It's partly because you can only see one side of it.
I
I mean,
kind
if
of
you
just
want, you
like
can just rip it out. But
I pull a bit more firmly.
okay, it gets and it comes out. You feel like you're ripping an actual heart out from actual arteries.
Not a pleasant sensation, but he's glad he didn't say making subjecting her to that.
Right. You probably should make a con save though.
14?
Okay, you don't chuck.
He feels like it, but he doesn't.
I think you
That,
you hear the boy at the door chuck.
yeah. Let's. Do you have a water skin or?
You pour water over it. Yeah.
I'm sure we can find one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm sure you have a water skin. You pour some water over it and you hold up the lamp. You can see now that as you turn it around, there's some strange looking writing on one side of it.
Hmm.
Question is, do we recognize the writing?
Neither of you can read it from what I can recall.
If
Tell
it's
me,
what I think it is, it's the same characters as Elven, but it's basically like French or Spanish to us.
something like that.
Oh.
It's yeah, it's like yeah, yeah, it's very fluid, but in this case it's quite archaic as well. It's like Gothic sans French.
Gothic sans Elven, I think.
Yeah, well, not sans but yeah, Gothic.
It's very stylized, very strange, archaic Elvish, where we
Yeah.
maybe get a word here and there.
Well, it's only one word. You can tell that it's only one word.
Mm.
Um, and what languages do you both obviously speak Elven, don't
Neither
you?
of us speaks Sylvan, if that's what you're getting at.
Hmm. Well, I'm thinking whether or not you can tell it's Sylvan. I think maybe there's a chance you could tell it's Sylvan.
Yeah.
Why don't we make a history check each to see if we know even what Sylvan looks like?
Nope.
Yep.
Lilianeth. Okay, you've
Well, that makes
studied.
sense for her.
It does make sense for her. Okay, so Lilianeth, you can tell it's definitely Sylvan. Um, and for the sake of the story, we will say that you can even know this. The general meaning, or at least some element of the meaning of the word, not necessarily the exact correct meaning. So you're not sure that it's correct, but you think it means something like unwilling.
That looks like Sylvan, and I think, I'm not quite sure, but I think that says unwilling.
Unwilling. They used to send sacrifices into the forest, and now the forest is taking them by force. That
Question
being said,
is, what is the sacrifice for?
well, what
And
language?
what is it?
You managed to read the language. What language is that?
Sylvan.
Would my character know what that means? What Sylvan being Sylvan means?
You could, I think again, you can make another history check.
I
Form of
no.
Sylvan.
He's a sailor.
I mean, to be fair, he wasn't always a sailor.
Fair, but he did roll an 8.
Yeah, I know. I'm not saying. I'm not disputing that he doesn't know what it is. I'm
Right.
disputing that that's the reason he doesn't know what it is.
Fair.
I think he just didn't care when, like, they were trying to force him to study, and he's just like, I
Yeah.
really don't want to.
But mummy, I just want to ride on ships.
Well, I think he just found the whole sitting, reading books, and all that responsibility and studying just
Right.
so incredibly boring.
Tedious. Right. Fair.
I mean, she got a nat 20 on her history. I think
did,
she
yeah.
might have some inference at least.
Well, she's figured out that it probably means unwilling. She knows that it's Sylvan.
I'm just saying with a nat 20, she might have some idea of what Sylvan infers.
Oh, she would know what that infers for sure. If she knows that it's Sylvan, she knows what that means. It's probably some fey bullshit. Is the general gist of that. If it's Sylvan, yeah. What do you know about Fae out of game, Christina?
Just what we talked about.
What can you say that you
in
know about
general.
Fae? Like, as a player, what do you know about Fae? Just so I don't overstep and give away the game.
Fairies.
Fairies. Fairies. Fairies. Yeah,
Fairies,
okay, yeah.
fun.
Fairies, Fae, yep. So there's various monstrous, right? Yeah. Bit of that. You would be aware that the Fae come in different courts. There's like you're probably aware of the Winter Queen being a Fae. You know that the Fae Wilds they tend to speak Sylvan apparently. That's what you hear. A lot of it. You know that Fae don't necessarily are not all fairies, and well, if they are all fairies, then not all fairies are nice and happy fairies. Certainly, you get things like you've heard stories of red caps and monstrous Fae of the woods, and ancient places and so on. So it could be related to something like that. I mean, that probably makes sense.
I told the general of that to Kyla.
Yeah.
So, we're dealing with some strange creatures that apparently feed on human life, and the fact that they are taking people unwillingly. I think the fact that they're selling unwilling and taking people by force means they are rather unhappy.
I agree. It must be very unhappy.
Well, from what you're telling me, it sounds like someone made a bargain, and that bargain is not being upheld. All right, shall we go back in?
Yeah. Maybe it's time for a new bargain. Or no bargain.
The problem is the one who offers the bargain is the one who has power. And and people in power or any other creatures are very reluctant to give it up willingly. If we wanted to make a new bargain, we would have to offer something of greater value than their current bargain. And we also don't know what's being given in return.
That's true. It's true.
Okay.
So,
you
shall we?
start
We should
heading. So
head
you
in.
leave the stable and you start heading back out. And as you get to the door of the stable boy is still cleaning himself up from having over the side. But he turns around to you. He says, "Wait, stop!
Hmm?
It's the Mother of Thorns. She's an evil spirit in the woods. She's the one doing this. Don't tell anyone I told you. I don't want them to know I told you. Someone made a pact. I heard you talking. There was a pact. It was a long, long time ago. Every 10 years, one of the elders has to give themselves up to the forest, the Mother of Thorns. She protects us. She protects our town. Nothing ever befalls this town. No floods. Nothing. Not even bandits come here. We don't need anything. Our crops never fail. And for such a little price. And they're always willing. Always. The last one was Elspeth.
And how long ago was that?
Only weeks ago. That was Jurgen's mother. Poor Elspeth. Everyone loved her. But it was her time and she went willingly, they said.
Then something has gone amiss.
Sure has. Something bad, I'd say. But if you go into the forest, be careful. I wouldn't go there. But you might have to. I don't know. There's a place they go. They call it the Tithe Stone. It's where the deal was struck.
Oh?
I only heard about it from my mama, who told me of it.
Interesting.
Aye.
Thank you for that.
Oh, someone's
Thank you.
coming. He straightens up again as you see some people coming around the corner.
And Kylam just like slips a couple of coins into his hand. Not much. A couple of coppers. It's not gonna get by much, but like it's something at least. Especially for a kid that doesn't have much.
Thank you, Lord.
I give him a prayer.
Your kindness will not go unnoticed here. Thank you.
Give him a prayer and a little healing.
He takes it and is very thankful. All right, so you guys head back into the thingo, the tavern, where Gwendolyn is now looking much better and is sitting at a table by herself with a cup of non-alcoholic brew. Some sort of hot concoction.
You feeling better, Gwendolyn?
Much better, thank you.
That's good to hear. You gave us quite a start.
I'm sorry about that. I won't happen again, I promise. I just had a wee fit. It won't happen again, I promise. Is there anything else you need? Did you find anything?
I glance over at Lily.
Mistress?
Yes, we did find some things. We'll talk about it later.
Oh, of course, yes. I booked us a room upstairs. They say it's not very big. I haven't seen it yet. They said they're preparing it now. Just making room for us, I guess. Around about that time, you see a lady come down the stairs carrying a bunch of dirty linen and stuff. She goes around the corner and heads out past the tavern, out the back, disappears. One of the townsfolk comes ambling over towards your table. I hear you're here to save us from the monsters in the forest. Hush, stop that, Barnaby. You'll bring all sorts of curse upon us. Well, that's true, innit? I won't be the first or the last to die of it. Is it true? You here to save us, cleric?
We are here to do our best to help you.
How'd you know about us? You come a long way.
We heard about your troubles on our travels.
Well, it's very kind of you to come here. I hope you didn't come here in vain. That's all. Seems odd to me. The last two folk turned up here. Well, you know, he leans in over to you and he says, wasn't their time. They weren't ready for it. Everyone knows, but no one's talking about it. You'll hear soon enough. You stay here more than a day or two, lips will start wagging. Tongues will break free of their bonds. They're all in fear right now. I'm not afraid. I'll tell you the truth. You only have to ask.
Any idea who the most recent victim was?
The one you saw on the bridge, you brought in earlier.
Yes.
He came through here about, I'd say 3 weeks past.
Any idea what his name is?
Coroner or something like that.
He didn't happen to have a wagon with him, did he?
Oh, he did originally back then. Didn't come back with one, though, I tell you that.
Any idea where he went?
To the stable.
Interesting.
No, sir, no idea where he went. But I tell you this one thing. He left town the same day as Elsbeth made her trek to the Tithestone.
Interesting. You've been very helpful. Let me buy you a drink. What are you having?
No, sir, let me buy you a drink. You're here to help us. It would be foolish of us to accept your assistance and then not help you help us, don't you think? So let me. Besides, I can get special rates around here. I know the staff.
Fair enough. I know how that is.
They're likely to pull teeth out of you.
Stronger men have tried.
Of course, my lord. Well, I'll be back. He goes over to the counter and orders a bunch of drinks.
Mm.
Comes back with the drinks, but you have a minute to yourselves if you want to talk.
Well, it seems we found our missing merchant.
Yes.
And I think we've got a pretty good picture of what's happening here.
Then hush voices will fill Gwendolyn in.
Mm.
What do you mean? What did that fellow mean when he's... What was he saying?
Again, in a hushed voice. Don't you think it's strange? So, at the same time as Jurgen's mother is supposed to go to this creature, and our missing merchant apparently finds his way there and comes back with the word unwilling in his chest.
Well, I don't understand. What does that mean?
It means that Jurgen found somebody else he thought could take the place of his mother as a sacrifice.
You don't think so?
I've seen a lot in my time, and this strangeness of the situation aside, this is not that unusual.
Oh. But then, has anyone seen his mother? Where would
No,
she be? Maybe she went away somewhere.
that's possible. It's hard to say, but given the timing, I can't think of a more likely explanation.
Oh. What do you think, my lady? Do you think Callum's right?
Yeah, I think there's some truth to it.
Well, how exciting. We're going to uncover a mystery. Don't you think that's exciting? Just a little bit exciting. Not too exciting, though, because if it was too exciting, well, for the gods wouldn't look well upon that, I wouldn't think. No, they wouldn't want us getting excited about someone's death. That'd be wrong.
It is wrong to get excited about someone's death, but there is nothing wrong in taking satisfaction in setting things right.
I don't like this town very much. It's very dark and gloomy. And what's with all the branches everywhere? All those brambles all over the place. On the bridge and everywhere.
Yes, I noticed that, and I think I think you're rather happier. I think you would be rather happier not knowing.
Oh, I don't know. I feel that if I don't know, then my mind will race. And then I'll not be able to put it out of my mind. And then I'll think about it all the time. And I won't be able to not think about it. No, I need some kind of an answer.
Very, very quietly in her ear. I believe it is related to the creature that they are offering sacrifices to.
What creature is it?
I don't know.
Is it a dragon?
This doesn't really feel like the sort of thing a dragon would do.
Is it one of them? Is it one of them fiends, those Barrakiles?
Maybe I don't know enough about fiends. I don't think fiends really do plants, though.
No. Oh,
Some sort of monster in any event.
I see. Well, can't say I know, but it is interesting, if not exciting.
Hmm.
What kind of monster might that be? I wish I'd brought more books with me.
Well, to be fair, books are rather expensive to replace, and they're difficult to transport, especially in this weather.
I already found that heavy, and I managed to get one of them logged with water. I'm going to try and dry it out later. Shouldn't have brought it, I realize now. It was a bad idea.
That is why it's called a learning experience.
I'm going to be learning about it for weeks, I expect.
Well, it doesn't help your situation much, but I will say that if you are upfront with it when you return, you may at least gain some amount of clemency. If you try to hide it, you will be found out, and it will be very much worse for you.
That's probably true. You're right about that.
Oh, believe me, I know. At least the Daughters of Twilight aren't like a bosun. I've seen him. I saw him catch Scullery Boy who hid that rats had gotten into the supplies. That boy actually got a whipping for that. I don't think your Mother Superior would do that.
No, she would never whip anyone. No, no, of course not. Perhaps 3 days a night without food and water whilst performing vigil, but not a whipping.
No. And as unpleasant as that might be, I am quite certain that you can survive a few days without food and water. It will be unpleasant, certainly, but it won't kill you.
No, won't kill me. Oh, I wish I hadn't brought that book now.
Well, if you explain your situation and show sincere regret, again, you might get clemency.
Yeah, I'll try. You'll help me, will you, Lilianeth, milady?
I'll do what I can.
Oh, please, thank you. I'm sure it will make a big difference.
Well, we all make mistakes, and we do learn from them.
It was a very nice book. Gold leaf. Oh.
That sounds expensive.
I'm fairly sure it was quite old too. I didn't think it would damage it having it in my bag. I didn't know it was going to rain like that.
You will come across many situations in life where they are things that are unexpected. You need to consider what might happen and take reasonable precautions against it.
My cousin told me that in Vaingate, the Daughters of Twilight, they often hand out bags of holding to their emissaries. I don't know why we didn't get a bag of holding. It doesn't make any sense.
Vaingate is quite a large city, and we are a small town. I don't believe we are quite as well equipped as Vaingate.
She sounds pained. That dude comes back again with your drinks and what have you. So, have you figured it out then? All the mysteries.
I think we may have put the pieces together.
Well, you plan to solve it by the evening tomorrow then?
Well, the longer we take, the more likely it is some other poor soul will lose their life.
Aye. See, there is a trouble with all of this. You see, our town had these traditions, you see, for a long time. No one's ever interfered with them before. Never had any reason to. But, in my years of learning, it's come to my attention that, well, he looks over at you, Lilianeth, looks back at you. Our customs might not be taken so kindly to by, well, some of the higher authorities of the land. They might seek to stop them. And if they were to do so, well, it wouldn't be my place to say anything. But I can say this, our customs have kept us safe for a long time. and the people here brought up with them. So changing them at this time might be harder than one might think. Do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do.
Well, as long as you keep that in consideration. That's all I mean to say. Anyway, have another drink.
Oh, by the way, what is exactly Jurgen's position in the village?
Oh, he's the burgomaster.
Out of game, what does that mean? I know it doesn't mean he's a master of hamburgers.
Right. It means that he's like the next closest thing to the mayor.
Hmm.
They don't have a mayor exactly, but the burgomaster is like
Yeah.
he's supposed to deal with the local government.
Mm.
He's like the representative
Yeah.
for the town.
And the pieces continue to fall into place. Good to know. Thank you.
What do you mean by that?
Just it's his attitude is regarding your local traditions seemed a bit suspicious when he was talking about it on the bridge. He was very dismissive.
What do you mean? Was he just?
Out of game, I'm just double checking my memory is correct.
Well, it's how you interpreted it. So
Well, that's how it seemed to me, but then I am an outsider. Perhaps it's just his way of speaking.
Perhaps he's changed. Or perhaps, I don't know.
Well, I heard somewhere that the most recent person sent into the forest was his own mother.
Ah, yes, Elsa. That's right. Did it very bright and early. Make an insight check.
Yeah.
So 13.
Is Lily doing one?
Soon as it comes up.
Soon as it rolls.
Come on. Incorporate insight check. There it goes.
Wow. A whole six.
Six.
Massive 6. Okay, well, you can't tell anything. But Kyle, you seem to have triggered something in this dude's memory that now he's questioning things that he hadn't questioned before.
Tell me, how does this tradition normally work for your people? Like, is it. What.
Oh, I feel like a right traitor talking to you about this. I'll be honest with you, sir. We were taught very young not to talk to outsiders about it, for they were likely to punish us and come here and, well...
I am a sailor. I am no stranger to traditions others would find strange.
You don't sound like a sailor. No sailor I ever met talked like a noble like you.
Old habits, but I did spend over a decade on the sea.
Were you an officer then?
Something like that.
Well, in returning to your question, how did it work? That was your question?
Yes. What was the tradition? Like, tell me about the tradition when people were sent away. How did it normally go?
Well, we'd have our big celebration here in the tavern. And the person in question would be celebrated their life.
That seems only fair.
and they would drink and make merry. And oftentimes they'd dance on the table, and we'd get them right pissed, we would. So drunk, they hadn't been that drunk since they were much younger, you can imagine.
I understand. I have seen sailors drink, so I can imagine quite how drunk they were.
Not everyone would reach the age where it was required, and not everyone that reached the age would be required. Only one every 10 years. So I'm not sure exactly how they chose him. That was outside my purview. But the burgomaster and a couple others, he looks over at the bartender, they know probably a little more than I do. But we would drink for them, celebrate with them, and then the next morning we'd send them off. Sometimes families would go with them a little way, send them in the direction of the tithing stone. But they wouldn't come back. Nothing would happen. Life would go on. The brambles and the briars would retract, enough to leave us all alone. But we remembered them.
And they clearly haven't.
No, not for a little while. They have been growing most ferociously in the last few weeks, taking over everything like some kind of, I don't know what you call that, like a plague.
Maybe more like an infestation.
Aye, yes, like that. An infestation, if you will. So, that's more or less how it works. The names are placed on the altar up there by the bridge. They say that sometimes if you're in the forest or at the edge of the town, you can hear them, the elders, the ones that passed. Sometimes you can hear them talking to you. They send you dreams and whatnot too from time to time to tell you they're okay, that they're well.
See.
Every now and again, someone says they saw one of them in the woods, like a figure.
On the way here, several days past, I did see the strangest thing in the woods. Kind of sounds a bit like that. I thought I could have sworn I saw a figure watching me, but it seemed to be a tree, but then I turned around again and it was gone.
Yeah, it could have been that. They got a name for them.
Oh?
I'm definitely not supposed to tell you this.
Your secret is safe with me.
They call them the Woads.
What a strange thing. Have I heard that name before? Whoa, does that word mean anything to me?
History check.
12. Something about it.
Yeah, it's a pretty generic kind of phrase, I think, perhaps. Lily rolled a 12 as well. Wow. Okay, yeah. I don't know that you guys have much concept of it. This might be the first time you've encountered this.
In any event, whatever it was only seemed to be watching me. If it meant me harm, I'm quite certain it could have done something.
Hmm. Well, if they are what I believe them to be, our former ancestors, you know.
Well, if that's the case, it would explain why the people going need to be willing.
Aye. Unwilling is a very bad sign. The
Hmm.
mother of thorns wouldn't like that.
No.
I think she might have sent them back. Rejected.
Hmm.
It's like a sign.
There is that, yes.
Didn't introduce myself, did I?
I don't believe you did.
My name is Vantil.
Hmm. Well, I am Kylan, and this is Lily, or Lilianeth.
I picked that up from the others.
Hmm.
Well, hopefully you've learned enough from me.
Well, I think I have a pretty good idea of things now, but thank you.
Good. Best I head off. Time for me to get back to my house.
Of course, of course. It's getting late. We should probably retire to our quarters soon, too.
All right, so he gets up and finishes off the last of his ale, and he leaves.
Hmm.
Says goodbye to a few people, and off he goes. You hear the door bang in the wind as he leaves out into the rain.
Hmm. Right. Well, seems we'll have a busy day tomorrow. Lily, do you feel like retiring for the night? Okay, so I assume our room is prepared by now?
Yes, indeed. You go and Gwendolyn, she's like, oh, I forgot. Sorry, I'll go and I'll have a look. And she goes off and gets the key and comes back. And everything's prepared. Um, Lilianeth, you and I, we must share a room.
Hmm.
And our friend Kylam, you have your own room.
Ah, thank you.
And if you wish, lady, I could stay in the stable if you needed more space.
No, you can stay with me. That is no problem.
Hmm.
It's most gracious of you, my lady. And so you go and retire to your
Uh,
rooms.
Kylam would quietly, as an aside, say that he'd like to talk privately with Lily where there's no risk of being overheard. Like,
Okay.
just on the way to the rooms. Just
Okay.
can, like, um,
Choose a room.
when
Your room or her room.
Gwendolyn can overhear this, but he's like he doesn't want the villagers overhearing it.
Right. Okay.
My lady, why don't we speak in your quarters? Uh,
Okay.
I have concerns that whatever is happening, barkeep may be in on it. I would suggest you and Gwendolyn set a watch tonight.
Oh, right. Um, I have my sword. Yes.
Yes, I'm simply saying that given that we don't need it to sleep the way humans do, it would be best for your safety if you set watches. I will rest with my back to the door.
Gwendolyn nods like she understands.
I'm
I
gonna
understand.
insight checker.
To see if she
15.
You think she does understand. She's not
Okay.
just nodding and
Okay.
smiling.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
She can be a bit daft, but she's
Yeah.
not a complete idiot all the time.
The other thing that occurs to me is I think we may need to go and speak with this Mother of Thorns, and I don't know about you, but I think that we should try and tell her sincerely that we are on her side. I don't think it's our place to interfere with what this village is doing. They made a deal, and that is not our business. Not to interfere, but if people are dying, then we should do what is expedient in order to preserve the most lives.
Gwendolyn looks a bit confused.
Okay, I turn to Gwendolyn. These villagers made a deal with some sort of creature in exchange for
But,
offering up their elderly willingly.
but
Their
that's
village receives protection.
but that's like some sort of dark magic, is it not? Is that not evil?
These people, in exchange for having a relatively comfortable life, protection from other hazards, these people are going willingly. They are not being strapped down and forced to go.
Well, I suppose. But what about all the people that don't live in villages where they have a pact like that? It's not fair on them.
Well, they're the ones who did. The creatures that can offer this kind of protection are not
A
that common.
pretty
This is the first I've heard of it personally. I am just simply inferring. However, not everyone is willing to make that sort of sacrifice, and I imagine the people who aren't willing leave before their time comes. The ones who stay have made their choice, by and large. But it seems that someone has decided he doesn't want like this, but he doesn't want to face the consequences.
You see. Well, if you say so, Master Kylan.
Did you have anything you wish to add, my lady?
I agree. We should not upset what has been set down.
What do you think of going to try and parley with this Mother of Thorns?
I think we should give it a try and see if we can fix things as best we can. At least
Mm.
make arrangements until things can go back to normal. We can figure out what's going on.
We can also ask what it would take to appease her.
That too.
Well, what do you think this Mother of Thorns is then? Is she a monster?
I don't think anything that would fall under the definition of a monster as we understand it would make a deal that is this fair in its own way.
Hmm, I see. Well, um, when are you going to see her?
In the morning, this is no time to go. This is no time to go and see them.
Of course. Right. In the morning. Um, very well. I'll have the horses ready in the morning then, and I'll bring them up outside the tavern. And uh, yes, we will we be having breakfast before we leave?
I don't see why not.
I see. Um, very well.
But
I'll
of
go and speak with the staff and organize things then.
hmm. Oh, by the way, don't tell them where we are going. Just say that we will be investigating the situation.
Do we know where to go?
We have a general direction,
All right then.
and we can
Okay.
find that out of the game. What was that guy's name again that we talked to?
The guy that you spoke to, Valen, I think I said his name was.
Valen. I'm quite certain that we can find Valen in the morning and get more precise directions.
Right, right. I might be able to see if I can find out where he stays too.
He
Should I do
mentioned he
that?
has a house.
There's a lot of houses here, I noticed.
There are a lot of houses, but I'm quite certain that some. It seemed like it wasn't particularly close given the way he spoke.
I
But
see.
in any event, we can find out where he lives and go ahead and get more. We'll just tell them, just if they ask, just tell them that we will see about investigating this situation in the morning and seeing what we can do about it.
Very well. I'll do that then. And she goes out to go and organize the breakfasts and so on and so forth. Um, and she needs to roll a d20. Okay. All right. Very good. So the evening, you go back to your rooms. You're going to sleep or take watch
Trance.
rather. Trance back to the door. That's it.
Basically, Kyle's just like figuring like if anyone tries to get in, it's gonna wake him up or snap him out of it.
Right. Um, Kylam, as the evening progresses, the wind and the rain outside batters against the eaves and the shutters of the windows, and something of a storm begins to blow. And you feel your affinity for it growing.
Mm.
Being a Tempest cleric, who doesn't know that they're a Tempest cleric?
Yeah.
Um, so that kind of thing.
Mm.
Lilianeth, you spend the evening, I'm assuming you like writing in your journal and doing prayers and a couple of rites that required performance and so forth. Um, the what is it called? Anyway, there are some rituals that the Daughters of Twilight are supposed to do quite regularly. Any case, so you spend your evening doing that, burning some incense and so on. You
And
read some.
guiding Gwendolyn and her.
Right, yeah, Gwendolyn comes back in. In fact, when Gwendolyn comes back into your room, she closes the door and sort of leans back against the door. And you can see that she is simultaneously exhilarated, terrified, and she also looks guilty.
Gwendolyn, are you okay?
Yes, I think so. Um, I might have said too much.
What did you say? And to whom?
Well, I was trying not to talk to anyone when they came to talk to me, you see. And I did need to ask about the breakfast and what have you. And then the next thing you know, there was three of them on me, and they were all asking me questions all at the same time, and I got a little flustered. And I asked about the breakfast, and it's okay, we're going to get breakfast, so that's good. Um, we might be paying a little bit more than we probably should have now that I think about it, because I offered them 15 pieces of silver, and that's far too much for three breakfasts. And I suppose if you take the horses into account, that's probably about right. But that wasn't supposed to be part of the plan at the time. I wasn't talking about the horses, I was talking about the breakfast, you see. And in any case, then they asked us where we were going and why we were going to be up so early. And I said, well, we had to go and see about a thing. And well, what thing was it that we were going to see about? And I said, well, the thing that we came here to look into in the first place. And then they said, oh, you mean the thing about the bridge? And I guess I just nodded, and I could tell that they knew exactly what I meant. Did I say the wrong thing? I'm sorry, madam. Say something.
It's okay. It's okay. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it.
I'm so sorry, milady. Would you help me dry this book?
Yes. Yes, I will help you dry the book.
All right, so you spend the evening trying to try this freaking book out.
I don't know how well it would work, but Lily does have mending, which might at least mitigate some of the damage.
Yes, yes. Okay, so if you've got
And
mending, okay,
yeah, I
yeah.
got mending.
I think Gwendolyn is just over the fucking moon about that. She's like, she's just like, oh my God, it's not destroyed. I didn't just destroy pages of this 500-year-old book, you know. So yippee-ki-yay, she's quite pleased. All right. So long story short, then, you all go to sleep. Well, no, you don't go to sleep. You trance,
We
and
trans.
then the morning comes around, and you have breakfast. And Gwendolyn gets the horses, and we probably should just leave it there,
Hmm.
ready to go.
I will say that while Kylam is trancing, I think part of him is like trying to connect to the storm and figure out why the heck, like, why does he feel connected to the storm?
So, as a cleric, does he have any particular deity that you want him to connect to, like out of game, like
Uh, Deep
Deep
Chrysalis.
Sicilus? Okay.
Yeah, because like elf, tempest, cleric, sailor, water, ocean, kind of like that's the whole
Yep.
cycle there.
Yep. Makes sense. Those are the associations.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. That makes sense. Okay. And you've probably seen a lot of people pray to Deep Seychelles. In fact,
Mm.
I mean, it wouldn't be at all unreasonable for you to have always just prayed to Deep Seychelles, at least
I
since you
think that
became
makes
a
sense,
sailor.
especially like if he's a sailor. Like, hey, pray to sea deities, pray for to not get washed overboard. It's like, oh fuck, I got washed overboard. Now what?
Right. So it's pretty common. But then the fact is that maybe when you got off washed overboard, that was when you really fucking prayed. Like,
Well, basically the thing is, one thing I have set up is there is a gap in his memories between being washed overboard and on that island, and he doesn't know how much time passed between then.
right, right.
So I've left that blank in case you feel like filling that in at some point.
Well, has I mean, he would know like what month it was at least
Mm,
before he went missing,
mm.
and he would know what month it is now.
Yes,
So are you expecting that time to be like days, weeks, or months, or
I think
years?
there's like maybe not years, but
Could be
I'm thinking
months.
like it could have been months. But the thing is, he was on that island for a while, so he's a little bit blurry about how long he was on there exactly. I mean,
What, can you make me a survival check? Do it with advantage.
apparently not.
So your
I rolled a two and a
timekeeping,
one.
your timekeeping. Okay, so like it wasn't until you'd been on that island for a little while that you're like, you know what? I should scratch a line on a tree every
Yeah,
day.
yeah.
Sadly, I've already been here for a few weeks or months or something. I forgot to do this until now, so it's a bit late. But
I think basically at first he wasn't doing it just because he was expecting to find some way of off the island,
right,
or somebody would see him or something, and it's like, oh shit, I've been
right.
here a while now. How long have I been here? Probably a few weeks.
Do you know anything about this island?
It's we haven't filled that out. It's
This
basically
is
just
this is what you don't know. This is what you're sort of choosing not to know. Is the
basically it's
actual
just the
time on the
I don't think
island.
the island itself is important. I think it's like for me, what I'm imagining is the time between the ship and the island is what's important. And then he woke up on the shore of this island,
Right.
and there was nobody else on it.
Okay.
But I'm kind of imagining somewhere like not in the middle of the fucky bullshit islands, but in that general direction.
You bullshit islands.
You know which ones I mean.
They're not marked on the map as fucky bullshit islands. They're not marked on the
In the
map at all.
contested
So,
terrace towards the contested territory.
right, fair. Okay. Okay, cool.
He was not anywhere near Kazan, if that's what you're thinking.
No, not really. I was, yeah, I don't know. I was just wondering whether or not like, if he'd been on the island, one thing that did occur to me was like maybe there were hazards on the island that had kept him so busy that he didn't have time to think about how long he had been there,
I
that kind
think
of thing.
just the
But
simple
Shelter.
fact of
Mhm.
you're on a deserted island, you need to find a consistent source of food and water.
right, yeah.
as
Shelter.
shelter. Yeah, just basic survival in those conditions is pretty distracting. Like
Yeah. Yeah.
it's just like if you're in a survival situation like that, just such a huge amount of your mental and physical energy just goes towards keeping
Right.
yourself alive.
Yeah, for sure.
So I
Okay.
think it's basically just like, yeah, he just was
Hmm.
not particularly. It wasn't his main thing, like how long he'd been there.
Right. Fair enough. All right,
So
I'm going to
he's just kind
stop
of like,
the
yeah,
recording.
yeah, okay, yep.
Um,